Joining us now on the show, Prithviraj, former Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Many thanks, sir, for speaking with us. First of all, with the Supreme Court's decision to not look into Uddhav's plea today, is it a lost cause for the MVA now completely on the floor of the House? Do you see Shinde making it through in the floor test next week?
Well, I think all the legal remedies are now more or less over. Very strange decision by the Honorable Supreme Court on the 29th, and also a decision by the Honorable Governor. Given the fact that this whole operation has been orchestrated from Delhi at the highest levels, I think every agency of the democratic institution is completely being subverted. First of all, the Supreme Court has ordered that there would be a decision on the disqualification of the MLAs on the 11th and 12th. So the point is, if disqualification is going to be heard on 11th and 12th by the Honorable Speaker, then what was the hurry to get Mr. Shinde sworn in yesterday and calling a session of the Assembly on a Sunday, 3rd, and then hurrying through the election of the Speaker? By getting the Speaker elected, the matter lying before the Deputy Speaker extinguishes and it will go back to the Speaker. And Speaker will belong to the BJP, and then he will reject all the claims of disqualification. And therefore, once the claim of disqualification is rejected, then the matter pending before the Supreme Court in 11 becomes infractious. There's nothing left now. So more or less, the decision of the Honorable Supreme Court and the decision of the Speaker to hurry through the swearing in of the new Chief Minister, I think legal remedies appear to be almost over after today's attempt also.
Okay.
I think we have to accept that the Chief Minister is Mr. Eknath Shinde now.
Okay. I'll come to you on the serious allegations that you've made against the BJP. But before that, I want to ask you, sir, you speak about the fact that the Supreme Court hasn't entertained the petition and that, by the time that the petition is heard, the floor test would already be over. But sir, we do, on the face of it, know the numbers, and the numbers seem to be strongly in favor of Eknath Shinde. And if they are 2/3 of the MLAs of the Shiv Sena, then in any case, a whip would not have meant that they would have been disqualified, because they would not have attracted defection. Isn't that true?
No, let's not simplify to suit a particular narrative. See, the disqualification application is against 16 MLAs. The MLAs started moving in small numbers first, about 15, 16 to begin with, and then gradually the number grew. The disqualification application is pending about fewer MLAs. Had that been allowed to be heard, then those 16 MLAs, not being the 2/3 of the 55-member legislative party, would have been disqualified. But that was not allowed to happen. That is our grievance now. The moment that didn't happen, and you swear in a new Chief Minister, then call a session of the Assembly on a Sunday, hurry through the election of the Speaker, and the new Speaker, who will be a BJP person, will then extinguish all the pending applications. So the matter, of course, today there are more than 2/3 of MLAs are with this rebel group, or the so-called Shinde group of Shiv Sena.
Yes.
But it is a incremental kind of a people have left the party in incremental.
But sir, Uddhav camp could not arrest it. It has been incremental, but they could not arrest the movement of the MLAs. That also reflects poorly on the Uddhav camp.
That is a fact. But the day the disqualification application was moved before the Honorable Deputy Speaker, the people who had defected were only 15, 16, or about 20, I think. The disqualification application is about smaller number. Had that been heard that day, the disqualification would have come into effect. Then the entire game would have changed. But because disqualification did not happen, more MLAs were encouraged to go. And then there was ED pressure, then there was financial inducement. The whole operation was orchestrated. MLAs were taken to BJP-ruled state, first to Gujarat, then to Guwahati. We have seen all that. So I think it was an operation conducted with a military precision by the powers that be in Delhi, by the BJP headquarters. And I think using all the institutions of democracy and subverting them they have achieved the purpose that they wanted to.
But sir, tell me something. You making these allegations not just against the BJP but also against the institutions in the country. What I want to ask you, and what the BJP has been saying, is that they didn't engineer this silent coup as they are being accused of. And their argument is that they are not hungry for power because they have not even taken the chief minister's chair. How would you respond to that?
No, that's a different story altogether. But let us see, if you are arguing that no, did not do anything about it, no, does ED, the income tax, does it work for Mr. Eknath Shinde? I mean, look at the threats given out to the MLAs, look at the financial inducement, the stories are floating around. All that has happened. Now, once the chief minister was to be sworn in, then they took a decision, an interesting decision. There is also a background to it, why Mr. Eknath Shinde suddenly was called in. But once you decide, when the governor decides to swear in BJP and broken group from Shiv Sena, then who they make the chief minister is irrelevant for us. That's their decision. But once
surely it is their decision, sir, but they are using it as an argument to say that they are not power hungry.
No, that is a very nice narrative. They have broken the MVA government. They have taken a large chunk of people, and because large chunk of people have promised certain things, they are fulfilling those promises. It was not easy. I think very rarely I have seen in Indian politics that a group as large as 37 have broken away. Very rarely have you seen 2/3 MLAs breaking away. So they managed that, and they had to offer inducements. Now, Mr. Shinde's chief minister should be part of that inducements.
Again, sir, an allegation that is being made, which both the rebel leaders as well as the BJP have declined. Sir, very quickly, in 30 seconds, I want to know from you. What do you see Devendra Fadnavis now becoming the deputy chief minister? Do you see it as a climb down for him?
No, it is not a sacrifice. He was ordered to do it. There was a plan. They don't want Mr. Shinde to have a free hand. They want somebody very senior to him to supervise his operations. And as he'll be constrained, even forming a cabinet is not going to be easy. They'll all the time say, look, we are giving you chief minister. Now what are you hankering about portfolios for your supporters? So it's going to be a difficult act. But we have congratulated him. We have wished him well. Mr. Shinde belongs to my district. He's a grassroots worker. If he succeeds, so be it. You know, it's after all a democracy. Whatever has to happen has already happened.
Okay.
And, how it happened is before people, or people will decide and people will judge in future.
All right. Many thanks, Prithviraj Chavan, for speaking with us.
Thank you.